Thought Community Creations was dead? Well, guess what? There is a place now where you can get hundreds of outstanding toy boxes, no matter what platform you're playing on. Do you have something you created that you'd like to share with the community? Well, now you can. Just locate the special invitation link in the description box down below and get ready for the magic to begin. Check out the bundle packages that include hundreds of toy boxes built by some of the all-time legends of Infinity creators. Not only will you have access to these great toy boxes, but you'll also have complete access to every toy in the game. Didn't get a chance to unlock the Candy Crush stands? No worries. You couldn't achieve the AT-AT cannons? We've got you covered. It's all included in these same files. Head over to the Discord and join us on the Ultimate Disney Infinity Hub and get started on your journey today.
Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. Old School with you here, and it is time where we are once again under construction. The AT-AT attack, or the AT-AT. I know there's some people that are really fussy about that. I was calling them AT-ATs from the beginning because I didn't know there was another way of calling them, and it's 2 syllables versus 4, and I'm all about energy conservation. So, and it also sounds better when you're saying AT-AT attack. Like you have a speech impediment or something. I have already started on this. I've got most of the logic done. There's still a little bit to be done, and we'll pick it up. So let's jump into where we're at right now. Go to our save file. And right there at the top. The save file currently that I'm in is the Elysian save file, and you can get these free of charge by going to the link down below.
Congratulations! This Disney Infinity figure is now connected to your profile.
Well, thank you for that.
Boba Fett.
Let me go over where we're at right now. Now, if you're sitting out there saying, listen, I don't have the AT-AT cannon because it's too hard to complete perfect scores in all challenges of Rise Against the Empire, quit your whining. Nah, I'm kidding. I was in the same boat. I was never going to unlock this thing. You don't have to. You go over to the Discord page, you download the file, everything is unlocked for you, period. Now, that does not include items that you have to have discs for, but everything that the game could possibly offer you without a disc is unlocked. Everything. So if you need the Sugar Rush stands, they're there. If you need the AT-AT cannon, it's there. Everything is unlocked. Just go grab the file, and then you're going to have like close to 100 toy boxes to mess with. And there's 2 other bundles as well. Last week, I was featuring a lot of the stuff, and some of them do cross over. There are some repetitive boxes. But last week, I was focusing on the Celestial package, and there's still one more to get to, which might not be until a week from now, but we'll see. I'm going to be sticking with this one for a little bit, and I'm going to have to make sure I back this up before I delete it. Anytime you put one of the new ones in, you're going to delete whatever you currently have on your drive. Not the drive, but for your account that you're on. This is my backup account. It's not my main account. All right, so the challenge maker starts off a lot of stuff here. Number 1, we have a locator that's attached right here. And that will trigger when you get within 3 steps of the cannon. That will start the game in general. Pop off the option of do you want to play? And then from there, we got a bunch of stuff going on. We have got a couple of repeaters. This one is going to, every 10 seconds, hit that button right there, and that button is going to clear the replayers. I like my replayers when they work. So far they work, and I'm keeping the, as you can see, the logic level is going to be very low on this, so it should run smoothly. There's no reason for it not to. I'm going to build up the set, obviously, a lot better than it is currently, But right now, I want to make sure the game is completely working and fine, and then the decorations is the easy part. So here we go. This repeater will hit the randomizer, and one of 3 things will happen. And that will trigger either this replayer, or this replayer. And each of those replayers have moving targets that'll be going along those paths that you see. When this score reaches, I believe it's set for 50 in 60 seconds. Now, a lot of the targets are only good for either 1 or 2 points. There are a couple out there that are worth 4 and 5 points. But as soon as you see them, you got to hit them because they're only going to be on screen for about 10 seconds. And then this guy kicks in and clears it out and starts all over again. So you could have it all locked in and boop, it's gone. So you got to be quick on the trigger with this one. And again, we have 1 minute, and let's go check and make sure about the numbers here. I think we are at, is it 50? Yes, 50 in a minute, which I have not done yet. And that's just from a stationary position. Now, we're not going to stay stationary, but I want to finish putting the game together first. We're going to build a platform, a generous platform. Oh, maybe not that generous. A reasonable platform, and it's going to rotate. And that's what you'll be on with the AT-AT cannon, which should rotate with the set. So now you are rotating while the targets are rotating in different directions. And there are going to be a few more targets that we're going to put in right now. And I think these targets are going to be the constant. They're not going to fluctuate. Papa H is in the house. JKG in the house. Yeah, I got the cannon by getting the other file. So 2 of the 3 of them, the one with the Celestia does not have the cannon unlocked for some reason. I'm sure that'll get fixed. But at the moment it doesn't. But the other 2 files do have the cannon unlocked. I presume the 3rd one does. I haven't got to that yet. But this one does. And that's the one I'm in, and that's the one I'm using. And I always told myself, the day I get the I can't say it. The AT-AT cannon, I'm going to build a box based around it. And this is where we are at today. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do in here, and these are going to be the ones that don't disappear. We're just going to put in a few other targetable items. Starting first with path creators, because I still want to have some sort of a challenge. Go there. Trying to find the midpoint here. That'll work. All right. Then what we're going to do is back out of that, drop down. Then we're going to branch them off. Again, we want it to be a challenge. Don't want it to be something that's super simple. Is that going to work, or is that going to be difficult? I think it's going to be difficult. Let me... Yeah, I think I need to make a separate branch. Let me see if I can do that. Yeah, okay, that's going to be a better solution there. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to set the speed on this thing, because again, if it goes real slow, it makes it too easy. And we need our targets. Let me see what we got here. No, we got the obvious one. Is there any other targets out there besides that? I know we got the orbs and things of that nature, but I kind of like the bullseye target, because it's a permanent thing. properties. Speed's already pretty good. No, don't want that. Start and end point. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. Let me put it back to where it was. Because if I do it back and forth, the minute it makes a decision, it'll stay with that decision. Like if it makes a right-hand turn, it's just going to go right and then back to the middle and right and back to the middle again. It's not going to ever go back up and down or side to side. So, like I said, things disappear in this game. You got to shoot quick. Go to our properties. $20 path. And loop. We'll stick with the loop. Now, new logic connection whenever it's hit. We'll make this one worth, I don't know. We'll say maybe 4 points. Make it 3. So there's that. And then in the back here, this will be back and forth. The E-Web mounted blaster? That's a mouthful. I might end up doing something with TIE fighters. I just feel like that's been done 100 times, and this is going to be more of a Imperial cadet training. So you have to prepare. I might want to do, once I get the base in here that's going to revolve, I might want to put an AT-AT on it with the cannons in the AT-AT where you've got to shoot out of it as part of the training. And I think that's what I'm probably leaning towards right now. But I seldom have a set vision. I kind of have an idea, and then I start building, and then things evolve from it. And by the way, I played some of the most unbelievable toy boxes in the last 2 days. You'll see highlight clips of those coming up in the next several days. But yeah, there was 2 of them in particular that really, really stood out to me. I was amazed. The one I did today earlier, I haven't shown it yet. You'll see I haven't even had a chance to edit it, so it probably won't be until Friday or Saturday at the earliest. But I'll just tell you right now, it's called Touch the Light, and holy cow. I didn't know you could do that kind of stuff with this game. It's amazing. Amazing what they did. Path creator. I should have turned the path off. Let me do that. So I've got to chase this thing. And while you're here, keep hitting the wrong dang buttons. Let's go. Come on. Properties. It's off. Speed. That's what I was looking for. Path connection. Let's hit. We'll make this 3 as well. The idea is I don't want people focusing on just one target because it's worth the most points. I want them all to be in relatively close proximity. And then after I play it a few times, decide where the time limit needs to go to make it a fair and reasonable challenge. This should already be... This is on loop. I don't want loop this time, though. I want back and forth. There we go. Now, once we start building in the set, there'll be moments where, you know, there might be a mountain or something coming in here where it'll kind of hide behind the mountains as well. Like I said, I wanted to get everything done from the game standpoint and have it working 100%, and then I'll build the set around it. And then on this side... debating. We be cooking, buddy. We cooking. Galacticus is artwork, my friend. I'm looking at all those blocks, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Just keeping the figure in scale. I'm guessing you started with the hands and worked your way back. That's what I would have to do. And then getting the mouth to open and shut, and I'm like, oh man, I don't have that patience in me. I did submit my most recent work yesterday or early this morning, depending where you're getting it from. So hopefully we'll see that available in the not too distant future. We've got Star Wars Race Against Time, which is the pod racer racing game that we were working on a couple weeks ago. And what is the other one? Oh, yeah, the Mandalorian and Grogu, whatever, inspired toy box, which is basically set on a time frame in the movie, part of which we do see. Then we replicate that with a battle dome. And then the part we don't see in the movie, which is what was the other character doing while this character was in the battle dome. So the one leads into the other, and then there's a big escape at the end. And what I love about the escape is the ship flies in to get you, and you better jump in that open door because it ain't stopping for you. You get one shot at it, and that's all she wrote. Sometimes I make the jump, and sometimes I don't. You really start at the feet, work your way up. Okay. Well, I guess that works too. I mean, if you put the buildings in around his hands and stuff like that, that'll also work. Yeah, I was thinking, now that we can actually share these toy boxes once again, we should get together and finish that thing from a play standpoint. You know, remove the kill boxes so that you can go down on the street and find a way to have to actually climb up there. All right, where am I at with this? I got to figure out what I want to do. I think I'll do an inversion of what we just did. Let me just drop this here since it's already here. That makes sense to go back and forth again. Bring this one up a little higher, maybe. Properties here, turn that off. almost wondering if I wouldn't be better off just making a big looped one on this side. I like that idea. Let's get rid of this. Alright, try to find the middle here. That's pretty close to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that should give us a circle. Actives on. Looped. Looks like a circle to me. New logic connection whenever it's hit. We're going to increment by 3. Connect that to the path. Go to our properties, toy box path. Give it a little bit of giddy up there. Shadow of the Colossus. I have not played that one yet. Dookie Wilkos, what's up, brother? We are working on an Star Wars AT-AT canon target game. Alright, so those all have that. That's got that. And then these things are about to appear that you don't even see right now. Let's drop in and give it a whack and see what happens. You can't tie the cannon to the Now, this cannon isn't currently centered at all, so that's another thing right now. Man, I'm way behind on this. Now imagine all this happening and the cannons revolving as well, because you won't be in a stationary position. Yeah. But the game itself is working, so I can now move to the next step. just going to take what I've got right now and start sinking it below. And keep it right the way it is. Worst case scenario, I can always come back to this video and reference where everything is at and why it's there. And so can anybody else that downloads the game now and wants to make changes to it, or if you experience any issues with it. Lion was telling me I need to do some more playthroughs. So I've got 1 or 2 of those coming up. I mean, technically I play through them when I do the reviews. I just don't put the whole thing up there because I don't want to spoil it. I want to give you enough of the flavor of the toy box that makes you kind of whet your appetite. You want to go in there and play it yourself. But stuff like this where I'm doing the live stream on the build, if you've been watching it, then you already know. So the next part we're going to get to is going to be putting the platform down. That's going to rotate. Then the last part will be the decorations. And who knows, maybe put another challenge or something. Maybe there'll be some enemy spawn or something like that. I don't know. By the way, you know, my little catchphrase at the end, the only limitation is your imagination, may have found an outside lying component that doesn't agree with that. What I wanted to do was just take one of the wood blocks and have it turn where it was at. Just spin around, kind of like a record. And you cannot do that. As Professor Toybox said, you cannot spin on a point. So there is a limit to the imagination, but there's a solution for it by creating something larger than that, and that will spin. And I know we've done them in the past because we did carousels and things like that, and they went around, and it's been 2 years at least since I did anything like that, probably longer, and I couldn't think of it, but all of a sudden that popped back in my head, and it all fell into place. So that's what we're gonna try and put together here. Got 2 buttons over here on the other side that I probably don't need anymore, but I'm going to leave them there and just bring new ones in for this. That'll do the same exact thing. Matter of fact, I don't know what happened to those buttons. I don't see them anywhere. Strange. Wow. Kind of odd. I wonder where they went. And I'll probably end up moving that locator as well. All right, let's try and find the middle here if we can. How middle is that exactly? Is that? Making me dizzy. Yeah, it looks good to me. Now the question. Yeah, we can make it work. Okay. We need path creator again. Very warm in the UK. Come on, man. You're talking to Florida people. Well, you're coming to Florida anyway, so you might as well get used to that shit. How warm is it in the UK? And give it to me in degrees as best you can, because I don't know Celsius for shit. Yeah, the first one was excellent. The second one was, I thought I've tried to watch it again because I always remember Solo, and I did not like Solo the first time around. I did not like Rogue One the first time around. Matter of fact, I thought Rogue One was a total piece of garbage the first time around. Then I watched it again, and now it's my absolute favorite Star Wars movie. So I know that sometimes I was just not in the right mindset to watch a certain type of movie. But when it comes to Tron, that second movie, it doesn't matter how many times I try. I can't get through it in one watch. It's just so bad. And the last one was better than that, but it still wasn't Tron. All right. 1, 2. Oh, that's kind of a big one. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feel like that's pretty good. 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 6. Loop that up. This one we're not going to have turn fast, so we're going to leave it at the 100. Now, I did get an idea from one of the toy boxes that I highlighted the other day, which I loved, which where the battleground for the final match just came up through the ground and appeared. It just kind of built itself, and I thought that was a super cool effect. And I might want to try something to that effect. I don't know. All right, we're going to need a couple of buttons over here to make this whole thing cooperate. So that's pressed. Reset and stop. And it's pressed over here. Reset and play. It's going to help us line everything up the way we want it to be. All right, let's get to our blocks now. And we're going to need a bunch of these. I'd like to give it a white, but not snow. See, that looks white there, but it doesn't look white here now. Oh, that's not a bad idea, Chrome. Well, let's see. Well, let's take a look at the options. I'm just so lazy. I don't want to break out the discs. They're all down here in a book. Iron rivets. What's that looking like? It's actually not bad. We're going to go with that. I've never used iron rivets before, I don't think. Not sure how many of these it's going to take. Well, it's going to take a few. And then we're also going to probably end up needing that for the middle. Let me see. Thinking. Maybe. We'll keep our options open. That was my original plan, was just to put it on that. But I like the bigger one better. I think it'll look more imperial. Alright, so we're going to take that. We're going to connect that. We're going to drop down here and start hitting our buttons. Pulling a Pringle. Better make sure he's okay with you pulling his Pringle. All right. So that's too far away from the center right now, so we're gonna have to bring it in a little closer. Go to our properties, toybox path. And then we want horizontal? Yep. So 2 horizontal. Maybe 4. Yeah, 4 it is. So now we know where our number's at to begin with. Next thing we have to do is move it so that the next one in line doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Turn it 4 that way and then rotate. I think that's going to work. I'm not sure. We'll see when we put the next one down. Properties. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge here, isn't it? Hmm. $91. You got it warmer than we got it over here. Are you kidding me? Well, the best tip I have is make sure you stay hydrated, and that usually means like a lot of beer. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, man. We're going to get together and have some beers. I'm not liking the way this is looking right now. Let me see. Wasn't expecting this thing to be this difficult. Let's see what's going on here. That's close to what I'm looking for. What different type of block would I want to use? In my mind, a bigger one. I mean, I knew it wouldn't line up perfectly, but I thought it'd be a lot better than that. Oh, that's probably what the problem is. Hold on a minute. Dummy. I think I have the problem solved. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Does that make a difference? I bet you it does. We're still off by a little bit, but not bad. Let me see if this one is set. Yeah, there we go. Guess it would have helped if I'd have done that. Over this one. Toy Story and Space Circular. Let me see. First, let me see how this looks now moving. All right, well, that's doing what I needed to do. Let's take a look at this. Toy Story, he says. Toy Story set. Circular walkway. I mean, it doesn't even have to be circular, really. Like, that would be fine. Well, let me see if there is a circular one. And then let's see if we can actually get it to cooperate. That's like a semicircle. That's circular. $1 million question is, will any of those hook up to logic? Never tried? Well, let me see. I think my first choice would be one of these guys. I don't see a big difference in them. Alright, will it hook up? Doesn't look like it. Wait, maybe. Yes, it does. But the problem is a single object will not spin circularly, so I'm still going to have the same problem. But it was a good idea. Alright, let's move this further away so the next one falls into place and it's not going to get lost in the shuffle. Instead of changing the objects of the offsets or rotations, you could just increase the reset percentage a few more points. Hold on. I'm not sure what that all means. Properties. Reset. It's not moving in real time, so hopefully it'll just reset when I come down here and hit the button. That might not look bad. Let me see. Problem is it doesn't do it in real time where you can see how it looks. What did I just do? 2 or 4? I think it was 4. I'm not sure exactly what that did. I'm not seeing a remarkable difference there. Looks like it might be a little closer to center. The reset percentage a few points. Oh, you're saying 8. What is the reset percentage doing? Because I haven't quite figured that out yet. Toy box path, orient along path, reset point percentage. And are you saying to put the other ones back to 0? To rinse and repeat it. But I'm trying to figure out, is there a way to get rid of these gaps? Because otherwise they'll be all the way around. It'll look like an asterisk, which, you know, I can work with that. It's not the end of the world. What I may do is just take some of these and anchor them around to fill in those gaps. They don't have to necessarily be traveling, although they could travel too, right? That could work. Yeah, that's just for fun. See something here. Yeah, this might work. By George. Let me go with that just by itself first, just so I can get an idea what this is doing exactly, because I really don't know. I never messed around with the... So it moved it to the side, which in this case maybe less is more. But it's kind of achieving the goal. I'm liking that. Wish it would move in real time, though. I'm going to go 4 and see if that is better. I'm liking it. Yeah. I almost like that protrusion, can't say it. Well, let's see what happens if we try to back it up a skosh. No. That's pretty darn close. I can live with that. Just gotta do that like 5 more times. Oh yeah. I'm good with that. Now the only thing is we gotta move them over more to make room. Oh no, I think we'll be alright. Let's see. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about the slice thing. Problem is we don't have any triangles. So we've got rectangular slices, but we're making a round pie. Path. I think we went down to 4. I'm not even sure anymore. I'm going to go with 6. I'm not sure. Actually, I think it was 8. Okay. Nope, not gonna be vertical. Yeah, I'll go this way. Yeah, once we put the circle in there, that'll fill that in. Path connection. I wonder if it'd be more time consuming just to turn off the path for now. Properties. I think I did 4 on these. Let me see how that looks. It's weird that you can't see the reset thing happening in real life time. But alright, that gives us an idea where it's at. It's coming together. Sort of. That looks good. Maybe just a little more. And the only other thing I would do is I would rotate it so that the lining kind of matches up better, like that. It's not perfect, but I dare say it's a little bit better. And you can always change the theme too. It doesn't have to stay with the rivets. The rivets may end up not being a good idea. Let's see what happens if we retheme it to something maybe solid. I kind of like the rivets idea, but steel. Yeah. It's better. There's also a small little gap right there that we kind of plug up just a smidge. Why do I keep doing that? No. Come on, man. Did I really delete it? You dumbass. I keep on thinking of not Far Cry. Fallout. I keep getting my buttons mixed up from the build there, and I keep deleting stuff. The Dejark table. I'm guessing that's the chessboard, right, from Star Wars? I'm not that up on all the lingo. Yeah, I mean, if it were a static object, it'd be a different world. I can't believe I just deleted that. What an idiot. See, the good thing about the build in Fallout 4 is you can undo things. Like, if you don't like what you just did, back out of it, and it'll reset it to whatever the last thing was. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Don't know what I'm doing. New path connection. Can't believe I gotta do this all over again now. Stupid. Reset percentage, reset 8. Let's go this way. Starting to get the feel for it a little bit more, though. Good with that. Okay, something just went wonky. Oriented is yes. There we go. And then before I get too crazy in the weeds on this thing, it'd be very disappointing if I go through all that and then this thing does not move. Should. I knew it. All that work, and it's not going to move. Are you kidding me? And you can't attach. I don't think you can attach to a path. Maybe you can. Let me try. I didn't think it would let any logic attach to it. Nope, no logic. And with that in mind, let me put this over here because I'm not going to keep on doing this if I can't. I wanted the gun to go around. Gosh darn it, man. I'm glad I didn't wait till it was all done before I went to testing the gun out. So the next question is, if we go to our unfiltered. Oh, we are unfiltered. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Should be all the way back here, I think. Where we got those AT-AT walkers? Is it not back there? No. Is it in the 5 group? AT-AT walkers. Well, we got the cannon. It's got to be in here. We got the cannons and everything else. Come on. Seriously? Huh. I would have lost a bet. All right, I guess we're going to Toy Origin. And the question is, which Star Wars is that part of? I'm thinking it's Rise, but maybe not. Might be because it was. Well, let's see. It's not Marvel. It's not that. Force Awakens. Nah, I wouldn't think so, but since I'm here, rather than pass by. Mouse droids. Yeah, it's not there. Twilight? Nah, I don't think it's going to be in Twilight. Gotta be in Rise. Or could be in Takeover. It's got to be here. Yeah, there it goes. Jeez, last but not least, right? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, because you can't make them move. We've tried putting them on paths, have we not? Yeah. That is terribly frustrating. Shoot. On the bright side, I can build a much easier stage now than what I was trying to put together. Do I want to finish what I started and find a different purpose for it? So what I'm thinking now is we can have the AT-ATs in different positions. And maybe you jump from one to the other. We can have them on like a timer where the doors will shut and you have to get out of there before the doors shut and get to another one that's open. Seems like a lot of work now, doesn't it? I don't know how crazy I want this box to get. It's supposed to be a simple one. That's the way it always works. All right, I've got a dilemma here. Do I want to finish this or just scrap it and go with a different direction altogether, which would be so much easier? Because the rotating won't do any good now. It's not that it wouldn't be a cool effect. It just serves no purpose if I can't put the cannon on it and have it rotate. And I know there's other cannons that probably will. It's just not going to fit the theme, and the whole purpose was to use the AT-AT cannons. Let me just see something. Go back to unfiltered. Gameplay toys, gameplay toys. Let me see something. Gosh dang it. Come on, man. Work with me. Oh, never mind. That's no good. He's done firing off on his own. Aren't there other cannons in here that we control? Sidekick. Sidekick. Nowhere. Yeah, those are all self. Is this the only cannon in the game that we actually control? Felt like there were other ones that we could shoot. Huh. Well, son of a gun. Suppose we could finish this up and have that be the middle piece where you jump from one to the other. I don't know. I just have no idea what I would do with it then at this point. I think I'm going to scrap it. It was a good idea. Boy, Disney Infinity suddenly... Limitation is not your imagination. A lot of limitation. Still a good game, though. All these years, this is the first time I've been stumped twice on the same build. I did like that other guy's. Let me get rid of it. Hate to do that, but I like the other guy's set rising from the ground up. And I think we'll do something with that. We'll add little effects and everything like he had in there because it was a really cool look. So we're going to need at least 2 of those. Make it 3. We're going to need effect generator. Gonna need another timer. Gonna need locators. Decoration was supposed to be the easy part, guys. Hoth turret. Well, it's too late now, but we can see if it would have worked. Hoth. Oh, that big boy. Yeah, no, wouldn't have worked. But a good idea. I'm so bummed about this thing not being able to do anything other than sit still. That greatly reduces the fun part. All this time looking forward to unlocking this thing, and then it won't let me build around it. Alright, we're going to make it work one way or another. Alright, we're going to start below. Actually, you know what? Undo. Make it in the center, and then we'll have everything just kind of branch off of that. This thing to be. New logic connection. When the point is reached, we'll start the smoke effects. Then push this over to the locators. New logic connection. Nope. Or is it automatic? Is it automatic? New locator connection. I guess it's automatic. Good. And then we want it to turn off. New logic connection when point is reached. Stop looping effects. Now, did I set it for loop? Yeah, play looped. Okay. Alright, so that'll do that. I think for now, let's go and set this thing. If we can find it. Yeah, I saw the sidekick cannon, but does that fire? Or is that just a sidekick thing? Properties. For the moment, we're going to go with off. This is going to be the one that's going to turn it on. This will be our reset. Let's stop. And reset and play. I feel like I want to put an off button here for now anyway, because when we leave, we want it to be off. When it loads in, it should be in the off position. We'll put that sideways to remind me. New logic connection pressed. Off. All right. So now then, by the way, where are all the other? Did I delete them? I did. Okay, that's fine. No problem. What I think I'll end up doing is using one of these guys here for the base. And this will kind of be the platform here. He had his come up in increments too, which I like that a lot. It kind of like filled in piece by piece. I'm trying to keep this simple. And I think in the interest of simplicity, I'm going to go with one unit. Your path connection. Alright. Let's come here. Properties. Along the path. Horizontal. Okay, you're not going to let me see it, are you? You son of a gun. Yeah. Maybe? Ah, you bugger. Input. By the way, movement is one way and stop. It's oriented. Can't tell if that's doing anything. Let's see. Never tried building below the ground before. What's that green dot going out there for? Properties, toolbox path. Alright, we're gonna go 8, 19. We're gonna go 12. And hope. Let me see. We got our smoke in there, and it goes away very nice. Actually, while it's up here, I can mess with it, right? Wouldn't that make more sense? Now you want to put me under the ground. It's like nothing's moving though. Let's see. Very peculiar. Here's an idea. Once we have the settings in there, they're going to stay no matter what. So all I need to do is put a simple one right here. Good idea, Pop. Thanks for being in here, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks, JKG. Appreciate you, too. All right. Turn it off. Yeah, because once you put settings on a block, you can disconnect it from a path, reconnect it from a path, and those settings will stay. So what I'm going to do is remove that setting. Now I don't remember which block it was. Guess we'll find out in a minute. Probably that one. Still want to know what that green light is all about. Very strange. Okay, go to our properties, toy box path. Oriented, yeah, this is it. If it's already oriented. Yeah, that's it. Why is it not moving? Well, it's doing that. But it ain't doing any of the other settings. Why do you figure that would be? One way and stop. Can't catch a break today. Let me try. Get rid of this. Maybe that one's got too much stuff going on in it. Alright, back over to here. Going up. And properties. Off. Okay, let's see if this is going to behave. I wonder if it was the orienting. Maybe that was the issue. Let's see what happens when we don't orient it. Then move it forward. Vertical. There we go. That's 8. Then all we're going to do is end up reconnecting it . But with the other path. And it should still line up. It'll technically be upside down, but it won't matter because they're rectangles. It's 4. Oh, got one over here already? No. Where are we? Here we go. The reason I put it back down over here is because once I disconnect it from that path. They're going to go back to where they were before they were connected. Actually, in this case, I should move it back even further. And then I don't want to chase them all the way across the map. Might have a little bit of shape to it, though. Oh, there's one already there. Never mind. Doesn't work. How's that looking? Bring it down just a step. So those two become one. And then once we put this last block in there, it'll seal the deal. That one's not going to need any special treatment. And there we have it. So in theory, once we fire this thing up, it should just, in this case, it'll be in a very small area. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I know one thing I did not do. One way and stop on everything. Properties. already got it. Alright, that should be good. We could add those other pieces off to the side or something like that to kind of make it have some texture. Oh yeah, that's the direction it's going in, dummy. As opposed to the direction it will be going in. Alright. Now's where we find out. So all those settings should still be in that block. And they are. And I'm not too worried about the fact that it's moving already because we're just going to reset everything in a minute. Whole lot easier than trying to build it underground, huh? See, we could have had it do it that way, like come up in sections. But we need more path creators and all that. And I don't know. For this particular build, I wasn't planning on it. Especially that I can't move the AT-AT cannons. That's bumming me out a little bit. It's kind of the whole purpose and concept was that it was going to be rolling one way and the other targets be going the other way and blah. And yikes. $1 million question is which one was it? Hold on. Gotta be one of these guys, I would think. We'll know very quickly. And that's the reason why I put them over here, because then they go back to their original spawn location. Nicely done. You got the smoke effects, which we got to move those underneath too. I wonder if I set that one up or not. I guess I did. Here it goes. Oh. Coming a wee bit above the ground, aren't we? Alright. We can work with that. Our vertical. Go up to this guy here. Vertical again. And there is our platform. All right. Smoke effects. I'm gonna place those. There's 3 of them, I think, right? So actually, let's put them just below the surface. We could add sound effects as well, some sort of a rumbling. I think I'm going to take my time on this one. Might want the smoke effect a little earlier. And I don't have to even mess with that one. I can just go with in-watch connection. Wind is reached. Play looped. Smoke. Gonna go with the regular area. There's large area smoke as well, although yeah, for now we're gonna go with this. Figure with 3 locators we're in pretty good shape. There it goes, perfect timing. I think I'll be adding a sound effect as well to this thing. Alright, that's pretty high up there. I mean, it's okay from Mando. Or for, in this case, Boba Fett. But the average figure, even with a force jump, ain't going to make that jump. Could lower it a little bit. Oh, I'm thinking... Well, we also have to remember we're looking at tying it into the AT-AT walkers. So let's bring one of them over here. Try that on for size. Leave that there, it's fine. So what we might have you do is come up here, enter the walker. Maybe it'll be a collectible or something like that. Once you get that, that will launch a radar marker, and that'll lift the stage up, because up until that point the stage will not be visible. So it'll look like that, and then once you collect the piece, we'll get a rumble effect going in. Oh, is there a camera shake available in this? If there is, we can add that. Question now. Well, that's still a pretty... Yeah, there's the challenge option. That's what we want. Yeah. So you climb up here, get it, and then from there... the question is, from here, it's not high enough to get you from one to the other. Well, maybe we're going to add some air cannons. Pretty sure that's under gameplay choice, right? They're in here somewhere. You know what they're under? They're under platform, yep. Just dawned on me. Let's see if that's going to work. Well, it'll get you up there. You can always move these as further back. Let me get this guy out of the way for now. Perfect. Now the problem is going to be getting back to the other side. Let's see. No. You have to figure a way to get from there over to here. But that worked fine. Then we'll have the cannon here. Where's our targets at? Are they rolling right now? Targets are quiet. Oh, we're on the opposite side. Sorry. There should be one on this side, though. Why is there not one happening on this side? Got that there. What happened to my other target? We got those 2, 3. Oh, this is the actual stuff. That has to actually be triggered. I don't think these are the triggers, though. Right, that'll put that one there. And we'll throw the cannon in here. And that'll be your shooting area. And then we'll probably, we can put it, oh, I know, we can put down here. Or if that'll, oh, we can up the power level on it. Let's see. Let's see if we need to, first off. It's working. And it gets us over here, and then we gotta get back. There it goes, and that gets us back up to the platform. And we'll get one more of these dudes. Put him there. I think it was 45 degrees. I have to get rid of that logic to make some more space on the ground for it, but for now we can put that there. And the other thing we can do, I might hide these behind a replayer where you select them to come on if you want them to come on, because otherwise you can land on the platform and I can put the guns on the platform on the 4 sides and you just choose. It's a little bit easier, closer anyway, from the walker. So close. Like I said, we'll have to move that in once the logic is gone, and that would have made it. The distance would have been all right on that. Oops. There's potential in this thing. So close. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a button up here so that if you decide you want to go from one to the next, the case button, that's my favorite. And I just realized they're not going to line up very nicely here because of the settings that I set for the platform. I can put them on a stick. And this will all be part of a replayer. This maybe not so much. Have a steel post or something holding this up. Let's go right here. Go to our platforming. I think this is the way. Are you kidding me? That's unfortunate. We can make that happen. Oh, actually, we can make that happen. Not the way I was going to, but it works, so who might argue? That's not the one I wanted, though. I'm looking for the one that doesn't. Actually, you know what? That's fine. Doesn't that give us a way up, so to speak? In case we get knocked off or something, I suppose. I'm not sure how well that's going to work, though, with the button right there at the top. We'll find out. Going up. Yeah, that works. Back and forth like a ping pong ball. Just gonna have to be strategic about how you hit that thing. Button right there, and that's going to replay and put all this stuff in where it's currently at. Let's go to Game Toys. Nope, this way. Grab one of those little digital code blueprints.org. Show that you are worthy. And these will also end up spawning in with the replayer. As far as the platform goes. So the platform's going to be a further shot, and you're not going to have all 4 shots because, oh, I just realized that's not going to line up with the steps. Think. We can make this work. Put a set of stairs. I did want to add those things anyway, so I can make them a little higher and put some steps in. So for now, we'll throw this one up here. Why are you sitting way up there? That shouldn't be happening. I can't catch a break. What about on top? You are seriously starting to tick me off. Well, it's just not going to sit flush then. That's all there is to it. I don't know what else to do. You can't line up in the middle very well either. I'm sure moving this won't make a big difference. No. Definitely not. Let me guess, I just deleted it, didn't I? Yep. The world of Fallout. When it comes to building, there's nothing quite like it. Well, at least it sits flat there. right, we got that. You want to get over? Right on the money. The button may just stay there. But I think everything else, the fans, the catapulters, and all that kind of stuff, that's all going to be part of the one replayer at the same time. What could possibly go wrong? All right, well, that will be to be found out later, because that's going to wrap us up for today. Once again, folks, you can go over to the link that's down below in the description box and go over to the Discord page, and you can get files for any platform you're on that will give you all of these toy boxes, including the ones that you see me working on here, because eventually it'll be done, and then I'll send it over, and our people will do what they do, and it'll end up being available for download eventually. So, at the same time, if you've made toy boxes and you would like to share them with us, we want them. Go to that same website. There's a way that it'll walk you through. It's got tutorials, all the information you possibly need on how to get the files uploaded, downloaded, back and forth, all that good stuff. Brings the game back to life again. It never really died. It was so incredibly just sad that we couldn't share the work, which is what it was always about. You know, making stuff for other people to mess around with and play with and put videos out. That's what we were trying to do. And now we can do it again, thanks to the hard work of others. So, hopefully you guys will take advantage of that, have some fun, and remember, Disney Infinity is the game where the only limitation is your imagination. We'll catch you next time when we are once again under construction.